Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back, everyone. Ooh. So. What we're going to do is we're going to play some. What are we going to play? We're going to play some Minecraft Java. And hopefully play some Hypixel because of then. That'd be good. Arabian dough. Okay, let's go on Hypixel. Okay. Smash Heroes. Hmm. Oh. There's zero people playing the Warzone. You know what? We're gonna go Blitz Bible games. Oh my bloody god. I can't beat you because of. Oh my god. I couldn't beat him because I have no weapons. I'm going over that way. Please have a weapon. So, no weapons. Quick. Oh, you pig. What? I haven't even got a weapon yet, and I'm just getting bum rushed. Surely I should be able to kill them. "15 seconds. Yeah, right, let's go for that. Oh my word! Just, you know what? Just go away. Just go away. There's legit no reason to kill people when they haven't even got a weapon. Okay, right, I'm just gonna go off that way. And of course, there was two people following. There's no. Oh my god, this guy is really getting on my nerves. Oh my god. You know, if you're not good at this game, you've got to be. Ooh, child, things get brighter. Ooh, child, things get easier. Oh, okay. Do not know who that was, so. Oh, you absolute wrong! You know there is a thing called letting someone live. Fifteen seconds. I cannot see any of your chat. So what I think I'm going to do is, oh my, I'll just go on my phone. Yo, hello, hello, my G. How are you? I knew it was someone, but obviously. Hello, Mike. Mike, how are you? Hey, how am I? How am I? How am I? I am alright. I have some sexy pants and I'm just gonna put these on and I'm going to lift. Oh, poof. That's the problem. How are you though, Mike? What have you been up to? You've been up? Yeah, Mike's up to nothing. Oh, wait. No swords? Really? Got boombox, so. And. What's better? Four. No, 9. Four. I thought this was better. Okay. Come in! What? The hackers. Honestly, I've been playing I've been playing some God of War, and let me just tell you, that is working for me. Oh my God, I'm just turning myself down. Oh my. Ooh, child, things get brighter. Mike, you going live today? Mike, you going live today or no? Oh, he's left. Okay. Ooh, child, things gonna get easier. What the? Know what? We leave. We leave this because of that is bloody so unfair. Let me get some music on quick. Oh, I think I need to go grab another drink.
Mind with these images.
I'm gonna go for a minute. I'll be back in a moment, guys.
Being patient, but I'm all alone. Staying faithful, and I'll never know when you're coming back around. When you're coming back around. When you're coming back around. You've got me all in my feelings. Like I could die without you next to me. It's the way that you look at me. Makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, 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 ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no. You're calling my phone. I'm being patient, but I'm all alone. Staying faithful, and I'll never know when you're coming back around. 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 Feel uninvited. Left home in West LA. I'm not excited. So uninspired. On my way to play. This girl's a wonder. She loves me as she needs to know I love her.
Right. How am I? I am honestly, I'm okay. I went live this morning. I'm playing that. I'm playing that. That's why I already got out a live stream this morning, so I just went live this afternoon just for the full of it, you know. Um, but yes, what we're going to do is watch some YouTube. We've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. But is right there. I'm so sorry. What?
And as she read, her thoughts rearranged. Explore your story.
All aboard the toxic gossip train. Yeah, I didn't mean it. I just wanted to be friends with you guys and make a lot of money. But you had to call me out.
Shut. What? Any Stubbs videos I should watch? No? Okay. Uh, oh, what I need to. Let me just get rid of this. I'll watch the SML. If you haven't seen SML are very funny. They yes, they I don't know. I watched one yesterday. Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted.
Right. We're going to do something we don't usually do. Let's get the lights on.
That's terrifying.
What was it that inspired you to start uploading?
I got really lost in YouTube for a while because it doesn't matter what you do. What matters is that you find the thing that works.
What did work for you?
Being mean about people.
What's really unique is you're someone that is a musician and a YouTuber.
YouTuber, I find it to be a really interesting term, but I maybe upload 4 a year. I'm probably, weirdly, more of a TikToker now.
Don't go around saying that.
You
Yeah.
go like,
But just to go back to the number one, how was that moment when you found out?
I didn't go into that album week going, I want a number one. I'd had this one brief moment of, I think it could be number one. And then I immediately went, no, ignore that. In the week before it, everyone kind of turned around and went, we think we could do it.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee, shout out Rods.
Yeah, shout out, Rob. Introvert or extrovert?
I would say ambivert.
Okay, all right. We'll cut that. Best gig so
Then,
far.
I would say probably the most recent London show I did. It's actually the first time that I've been close to having a panic attack on stage.
Can you tell me a bit more about that? What do you mean?
100 questions with
We
Tom Simon.
transformed customer service with AI.
The key is getting all your data together.
You just got to move it from
From
everywhere.
everywhere, you got to get all of it.
Customer clouds.
Customer cloud.
Different vendors.
30-year-old records.
The ones in Japan.
The key is getting all your data.
Move it from everywhere. It takes about 18 months.
Probably longer.
What is time?
What's time?
Hello and welcome to 100 Questions with me, Tom Simons. Now, this is a brand new channel, so you're probably not subscribed. So if you enjoy, please do subscribe. Today's guest is one of my favorite musicians. You might know him from his #1 album, Don't Tell the Dog, or maybe from his many YouTube collaborations with creators like Will.i.am, me, and more. But this creator has done something different. Starting out as a commentary YouTuber, he's taken the leap into music and consistently proved himself as a brilliant artist in the space today. He's played festivals, toured the world, but now we've pinned him down in the studio to ask him 100 questions to try and understand how this has all happened. Everybody, please welcome James Marriott.
I feel like that's the nicest thing you've ever said about me. It's
probably-
only taken you, what, like 5 years?
5 years and a whole team.
Whole team of people watching over you.
Look, James, this show is very simple, okay? We've got 1 hour to get through these 100 questions, okay? And the moment I run out, the interview is over.
Okay, cool. So we're here for an hour.
Yeah. Today, I really want to understand what this journey's been like for you, your creative process, and how you're feeling after all of this madness.
Okay.
And this right here This is my final question.
The ultimate question.
Yeah. This is the question I want to ask you the most,
Yeah.
but we'll get to that at the end of the show.
Is it going to be how are you?
No. How dare you insult my show?
Sorry, no, my bad. Okay.
Should we dive in?
Yeah. Look.
All right.
Does
so
that
James-
count?
Okay. No, it counts from now.
Okay.
You're ruining
Should
my
we dive in?
show.
Bam, gone.
Right. I want to talk, first to understand all of this, because you are this brilliant musician. I want to dive right back to the beginning. Talk about your childhood.
Oh God.
Okay. I want to know, what were you like as a kid? Were you confident, chaotic, quiet?
Oh no, I was a weird kid. I think is how I put it plainly. I think I've always been quite creative. I loved. My mum used to always tell me about a story where I was very young, and we went on holiday to France, and there was this German family that every day would sit by the pool. And apparently, what I'd do is I would run around to this German family, jump into the pool, make them laugh, get out of the pool, and run around again and keep doing it. And so
Poor bastards.
yeah, just having to deal with me. Supposedly they thought I was hilarious, and apparently that's all I do on this holiday. I'd find where they were and jump into the pool next to them to make them laugh. And she said that was a pretty early sign that I'd probably go on and just that would be my life.
How old were you?
I can't remember. I think she said I don't remember it, so it must have been somewhere between the ages of four or five, maybe. So
Yeah.
that was just apparently has always been in me to want to entertain people. But then I've always been a bit of a I was a bit of an oddball growing up. I think a bit weird,
Yeah.
a bit strange.
Danny, you missed one.
Sorry.
No, don't use that in. I sound like an old just
Danny, you missed
Danny, you fuck. Okay. So that's when you realised you first liked performing or entertaining. Like, did
Yeah.
it come more in through school or anything?
I did a bunch of I was a bit of a theatre kid, so I did
Well,
a bunch I did like a bunch of pantomimes and stuff growing up. I was Oliver in like a little theatre production. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
wow.
whole thing. I was the Mad Hatter in something. I was Bugsy Malone. These were all like really tiny.
You were getting
productions.
the mains
He-
off the bat.
he-
Well, yeah, because I'll be
He
honest, there weren't many
really-
boys that wanted to do them growing up. It was very much like you
Thinking
just had to
about
turn
it,
up to these
thinking
auditions. They're
about
like you.
He does give off vibes of Mad Hatter. He does.
I remember I listened to the Oliver soundtrack so much growing up that when I auditioned for Oliver, they told me to sound less like the album because my mum had been making me go like, we've got to get in the car and you just got to sing it.
So you're very into music from a young age. But then before exploring any of that, am I right in thinking you become a YouTuber?
Yeah.
And go straight into doing that? What was it that inspired you to start uploading?
I loved YouTube growing up. I probably in a very similar way to you. That was kind of my escape when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like I still remember that kind of first era of YouTube. Like my sister showed me Dan and Phil when I was growing up.
Oh, wow.
I remember my friends talking to me about Ray William Johnson. This was like in that era of YouTube where people were still emailing videos. Like I kind of caught right at the end of that, where it was kind of, I remember KSI being mentioned for the first time in school and stuff like that. So for me, as soon as I kind of felt like YouTube was a thing.
I don't know if it was just me, or was it me? Was there something? So when you went to go on YouTube, like a long time ago, I mean like when I was like 8, I think I was 6, because of I couldn't go on YouTube, and I was like, oh, this must be so weird. Why is this? And obviously I used to love Stampy. I used to absolutely adore Stampy. That's why I play so much Minecraft. But there was this thing on the videos which wouldn't allow you to watch like the whole video if you weren't. I don't know. But I remember when my mum first had she didn't have a YouTube channel, but you had to have a YouTube channel to be able to like subscribe to a bunch of people and to watch it. I remember watching Stampy, and then this it was like a star in a way. It was like a star, but it wasn't a star. It was like an exclamation. No, it was like I'm trying to see if I can see it on my. Yeah, it was like an like yeah, it was basically like a little star, and I was like, it was basically if you wasn't verified on YouTube, you couldn't watch videos. And obviously they must have done something. They must have like thought about it. They must have been like, yeah, don't worry about that. We're fine. We don't need that. So they must have been like, yeah, we don't need that no more. But I remember that very vividly. I do.
That was happening, I used that as a place to upload music. I did.
Uploading music on
I
YouTube.
did. In my main channel, the oldest videos on my main channel to this day are acoustic compositions.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
oh
they
my
were like,
gosh.
so the channel
So it was always there.
it was always there.
Okay, because for me, from the outside, it was quite a big
Yeah.
change. But
I got really lost in YouTube for a while because as soon as you find you probably know how this feels as well, but when you do YouTube and you've kind of grown up with it, it doesn't matter what you do. What matters is that you find the thing that works.
yeah.
And so it took me a while to find
And
the
if
thing
you
that
mind me
worked.
asking,
Yeah.
what did work for you, and how do you feel about it?
Being mean about people. I found
Is that what you'd summarize it down to? your
yeah, like
videos?
genuinely, I think I was I found myself in uni in quite a bitter place where it was like, I wasn't really enjoying what I was doing academically. I hadn't found too much of a passion in terms of a hobby or things like that. And I found that I could get views online, or I just saw this community of people online that you kind of critique other things and that would get you views. And what happened in quite a slippery slope sort of way is that you start picking at people in like a jovial way, and then you see the ones that get more views, and it's kind of, you're dragged towards the things that get more views, and it ended up being quite, I don't know, just quite negative, quite pessimistic.
And how do you look back on that time now?
Weirdly, I think it's kind of it. I couldn't be where I am now without it, but I wouldn't do any of it now.
Yeah.
So it's like this really interesting kind of way of reflecting on it, where I don't feel like I will ever go back and do that sort of content again, but I am somewhat grateful to the audience that I found from it. I think what I didn't appreciate about it at the time was that it made me into a more pessimistic, negative, and just not a very pleasant person at times.
Yeah.
And then escaping that and kind of realizing that I didn't have to base my career off of, taking the piss out of other people, that I could just kind of create my own things. Definitely opens you up to a lot of criticism when you start doing it.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that I did.
So yeah, I'd like to talk about that moment. So, to put myself in your shoes, you've been doing commentary videos on YouTube for quite a few years now at this point. And this is about 2020, I remember, where you turned to music and start uploading. Was there a specific moment you thought, fuck, I need a change?
It actually was a lot more subtle than that. I reached a point where I'd downloaded Ableton to try and learn music production because I was just bored. I think it was kind of that pre-COVID time. There wasn't much else going on for me. And I figured, well, why not? I can try and add a bit more content to these videos by doing some music with the videos.
Yeah.
I did one about a Lele Pons book, which was a song called Adios Lele, which to this day I still know how to play and sing, which is funny.
Have you ever done that on stage?
I did, I think once, and never again. I think I uploaded it to Spotify and it got maybe 50,000 streams, and I just had no idea that would happen, how a video, the video itself maybe got 500,000 views or something like that. And the song that I'd done as a little segment, it was like a 1 minute, 15-second song. This little song that I did could accrue a tenth of the views.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, well, if that can happen, what happens if I take music seriously?
So there wasn't a specific moment where you thought, I need to change, but a slow kind of
Yeah.
burn into that.
It felt like a slow curve. And then when, I don't know, towards the end of COVID, I wanted to take some time away from YouTube fully.
Yeah.
And then when I did that, that was kind of, I realized there's this big thing with content creation where you kind of get this feeling that if you stop doing it, everything's going to fail, and you're going to you must continue to upload once a week or once every 2 weeks or whatever, otherwise it could all go wrong. And I didn't for a few months, and I was still alive, and I was still making things, and there were people that still kind of cared. And
yeah, this is what I'm struggling with, is because of, I've seen like Tommy in it, I've seen like I've seen like Bob Boys, like they upload almost every single day, and it's so hard to keep that mindscape, and I think it is a bit bad for me, because of, I'm like, oh my god, I need to check this, I need to check this, because oh no, I've done something wrong, or I've not done enough, or I haven't done a whole nothing, and I'm like, what is happening?
And I think for me, that was a big wake-up call in terms of I don't need to kind of feed this kind of beast every week. I can take my time and make things I'm proud of. So that's been the kind of way that I see it now.
Okay, so now I'd like to move over to talking about becoming a musician, right?
Yeah.
So you've sort of left YouTube and you started doing this. And I mean, it's going to sound obvious to you, but like, music compared to content creation, where you have an idea and most of the time it's out by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Now we're in this place where songs can take years.
Yeah.
I mean, for this new album, I remember you showing me the demos a year and a half before they were released to the public. So it's a totally different tempo, totally different craft. How was it for you initially just transitioning from one end to the other of the spectrum?
What's quite fortunate about the way that the music industry works to this day now is that there are many ways for me to be distracted with other things. So even if it's like I can work on a piece of music and I kind of know in the back of my mind, well, this is going to take ages to go out. Minimum, you're looking at 3 months, minimum. You can capitalize on moments still in the same way that you can with content, but it is definitely a slower game. But what's good is that you can kind of, if you have other things going on, like, I co-own a coffee company, there's always things to be done with rods, and there's always kind of things to be done in the content world that I still enjoy.
I saw it in Sainsbury's the other day. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I walked back, I finally can drive, so I was at a big Sainsbury's and I was going, holy shit.
Yeah, it's weird. That one's a very weird imposter syndrome-y one where it was there for the first time and Will and I kind of looked at it like, what's that? Why is that
we
here?
made that
We
there,
did make that. But so I find myself, I'm never lost with things to do. I always find that there is stuff to do, but that wait can be painful at times.
What do you mean, that wait?
Well, the wait from when the excitement.
The wait is in W-A-I-T. I thought the wait is an emotional wait.
I guess it can be, but the actual time, because the best moment of the best moment of writing a piece of music is when you realize the idea. In my opinion, when you kind of have that moment of like a great lyric or a great part of an instrumental, and you go like, oh, that's amazing. People are gonna have to wait a year to hear that.
Yes.
And then by the time that it's been that year and other people are hearing it, you've listened to that piece of music and bastardized it in your head in a multitude of ways. It's gone through a producer. Maybe I have like my friend Jono, who I write with. He might go like, oh, I'm not sure about that. Maybe we change it in that kind of way. And a lot of the kind of initial naive love you have for a piece of art is kind of lost in that great rigmarole of how do we market this and how do we put it out? So by the time it releases, sometimes it feels like the true love of the art is kind of like gone.
Have you ever lost faith in a track through that sort of bastardization process?
Yeah.
And upon its release, gone, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
wow, I see, seen it through other people's.
Yeah,
eyes,
I think
and then-
there's been times where you kind of feel like a song's not going to make it anymore. I remember there was Plasticine. I wrote that one with Kieran Shuttle of Circa Waves. We were on like a little studio boat, and it just happened in one day.
Cool.
I realized I wanted.
awesome.
It was cool.
Yeah, so come on.
I wanted the
Studio boat.
studio boat.
Fucking
It was like a,
hell.
like
That's
a canal
amazing.
boat, like a little canal boat.
Really?
And we wrote that song, and I couldn't believe that we wrote it because I wanted the cover to be a plasticine dog, and we were writing this song, and we were like, we just need like a material that's kind of changeable. And I was like, oh my god, this is the one. I've been waiting for a song that kind of like does the album thing. It's plasticine. And then I remember I would listen to that day one demo all the time. I was loving it. And then by the time we made it, I was like, I'm sick of this song.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like everyone was just kind of keep it on the album, don't cut it.
Yeah.
It was the one that could have been cut, I think, of the last ones that ended up making the album. And then it became kind of the most popular non-single, as it tends to do.
Have you ever had a moment sort of akin to Springsteen with Nebraska, where you've almost decided to publish the demo instead of a record?
Ooh, that's a tough one. What I will say about my demos, I really take my time with lyrics, which is quite an at least from what I've heard when I've written with other people, is quite a rare thing. Sometimes a song will kind of live or die in a session by if they can get lyrics done in that first day.
Wow.
I will spend sometimes up to a year and a half getting my lyrics to the place that I want them to be.
How is that? I mean,
It can feel. I don't find it difficult to write lyrics. I think I can sit myself down and kind of magic them, but then sometimes it feels like I can sit on a specific line for a very long time. I have an internal cringe test.
sorry,
that I
what do you
have
mean
to pass.
you can sit and magic them?
Like I find with music, especially lyrics more so than any other thing, if I truly just sit down with a guitar and a notepad, I will have a lyric. Like within maybe 20 minutes, which is, I think,
And what makes a good lyric to you?
I think I love like a lyric that has a strong narrative from start to finish. I like ones that kind of ones that can kind of be read in different ways. I wrote from there's a song that I've written called Freak, where I've written from the perspective of a water cooler, which is
What?
ridiculous. But I wrote from the perspective of like a cooling machine that cools off an AI.
Yeah.
Like I imagined like it sounds ridiculous, but sometimes
Wow.
I just like, I've got like, okay, I need to
What
write from a
drugs were you
perspective.
on when you wrote that?
So many.
Sorry.
Yeah, they kicked me out of the casino.
Yeah.
But then, Jono, who kind of reads over my lyrics and kind of asks me questions about them to make sure that they're cohesive,
Yeah.
was kind of asking me about this song. And for him, it was something completely different.
Yeah.
And I love it when you don't know what I'm writing about. If you kind of create your own meaning from it, I think that's a beautiful thing in lyricism. Yeah.
And did you feel like you had to prove that you weren't just a YouTuber trying music? You were a musician.
I was a lot more. I thought about that a lot more in the first couple of years. I used to really care and used to really seek the validation of people being like, "Oh no, but
Hello?
it's not just this. He's also, I like his music." But I think it's happened in quite a natural way that I feel more confident in my abilities now than
Yeah,
ever
I'm doing
before, and
okay.
I don't need the validation of someone.
Yeah.
And also, I don't
am
mind
kind of-
if someone doesn't like my
I
music,
am
but they like
live
the
at
things I do
moment,
elsewhere.
So
Cool. I don't
Yeah.
need any more
I will
this idea
bring
of
you back
everyone must like
after.
my music. If they know me, they must like my music.
Yeah.
I'm over that.
Because now I'd say what's really unique, if you were to put a label on it, is you're someone that is a musician and a YouTuber
Yeah.
simultaneously. Is that something that I can't really think of anyone that does that. Like, are you very
Yeah.
proud to have
There's
accomplished that, or-
very few. I think it's a weird kind of middle point to be in, where I kind of YouTuber. I find it to be a really interesting term because I do feature a lot in YouTube videos, but I maybe upload 4 a year. Like I don't really do it anymore.
Sure.
I'm probably weirdly more of a TikToker now, which is kind of like a
Don't go around saying that.
you
Yeah.
go like, but I think you've hit the nail on the head there. But a lot of labels will kind of want artists to do what I'm doing. So they'll kind of like do these presentations with people where they're like, "Oh, we want you to be doing stuff on YouTube. We want you to be doing stuff on TikTok." So I think if in a lot of ways, the kind of modern musician
Yeah.
of steering more towards musician slash content creator.
Yeah.
For you, that comes very organically, but do
yeah.
you think that's going to be a good thing?
Burning.
I think so.
I know.
What I will say is, whenever I've spoken to other musicians about it who are kind of unsure what they want to do with content creation, I've always said that it's kind of that age-old thing that we will have said to friends growing up that are like, how do I do it? You just go, well, you just got to be yourself. Like, you have to, because if
Yeah.
you're not, your audience will never believe it.
So let's talk about your number one album, Don't
Yeah.
Tell the Dog. When that hit number one, where were you?
I was so we'd spent the entire week doing signings. I mean, you've had books before, so I imagine you've done the similar thing where you kind of go and do like signings of the books.
Yes.
We'd done that for an entire week. I think in 1 week we'd done maybe 10 cities. So sometimes you were doing 2 a day.
Yeah.
And halfway through the week, when we do a little show in London to kind of commemorate the release of the album, the people from the official charts came to take a photo with me holding the number one, even though we didn't have it yet. So it's like it's terrifying. They're like, "Oh, hold it, and we're going to interview you now as if you've won it." And it's like, "Oh, horrid! I have to pretend that
I'm an
we've done
actor
it."
as well now.
Yeah. So we did that, and I remember there being a period of time where it kind of felt every hour that passed, and something wasn't happening in the music industry. Like Tyler the Creator just decides, I'm releasing an album now. Every hour that passes, you realize, oh, we're still ahead, and
Is it a live tracking in the chart?
it's once a day. So you wake up, and then at 10 a.m. every day, you get a message from the label being like, this is where you are at. And every day that passed, we were kind of going ahead and ahead.
And why is this important? Why was this important to you to get?
I think
As someone who's
originally,
not in the, you know.
originally I felt like it would be the validation that my music required for the people that enjoyed it, and also for me, but mainly for the people that enjoyed it. I like the idea of people can enjoy my music now, and if ever they go, oh, that's that YouTuber, they can go, well, he's got a number one album.
Yeah.
Which I think is like a big thing for them to be able to
Yeah.
kind of like fight back with.
Title, yeah.
But I really, long term, it's settled me a lot, because I think for me, it's a thing which a lot of musicians, especially British musicians, strive to have.
Yeah.
I mean, Robbie Williams has got his 16th now or something, and even he celebrated that. Even Robbie, and if Robbie Williams is celebrating it, why shouldn't anyone else? I think for me, I really, over time, it created this quite profound effect on me where I just realized, well, I never have to do that again. If I don't want to, I will have always done that. And now I can reflect back on it and go, well, even if I go down this really strange route with my music where it becomes a lot less commercially viable but more personal, I will have always done the kind of commercial side of it. So it kind of gives you this sense of completion in a really abstract way.
And is that something you're considering doing?
I mean, I don't know. I'll see where it takes me. I think the music that I love and that I listen to now is music that gets me dancing or gets me feeling things. And
If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps me out. If you haven't yet, or you are still wanting to just watch along, just quickly before you start off, please just grab that, just subscribe, or you know what helps me out even more? Dropping a like. Likes help improve the video. I don't know why, don't know how, but you know what?
the thing about that is it's always quite universal. So the music that I'm writing at this point, it's not really, it still has like a very universal and commercial feel to it, because that's just what I enjoy at the moment. But who knows? Maybe I'll, go down a very weird route sometime in the future.
And if you had to recommend 3 albums to everyone listening, what would they be? 3 must-dos.
3 must-dos. I would put, oh God, no, that's really difficult.
You got to do it.
Okay. Can I use my phone for a moment?
All right, I approve.
I think it would have to be an LCD Sound System record, because I think especially if you're in your 20s, you'll listen to that for the first time. You'll listen to it and you'll be like, oh my God, I get it. So I'd say maybe This Is Happening. This Is Happening. I think that would be my LCD Sound System. I'm not gonna pick anything too easy. because I feel like if I chose some Harry Styles or Taylor Swift right now, everyone would really like me.
You can pick your own album.
Yeah,
pick your own
my own album. No, I don't think that's the educational piece that that everyone needs to hear right now. I would say, oh no, I would say the 1975's first record, because that gave me such a strong feeling growing up that I feel like I'd want people to kind of experience that.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I need to pick something
You sent
interesting.
me a Fleetwood Mac one once, didn't you?
Rumors.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think
Yeah.
because that one is such an important album for everyone to listen to.
Loaded.com. Get the biggest game releases of the year at the best prices. Enjoy incredible savings with up to 35% off new release.
Just to go back to the number one, how was that moment when you found out?
It was
How
it was
that feel?
a deeply personal moment that I kind of
Really?
I only equated it to one other part of my life, and this is a very different time of my life. But when I got my A-level results, I remember my sister telling me she was very proud of me, and it was the first time she'd ever said something like that to me. And I remember being very emotional about that, and I was very emotional about the number one when I was kind of calling up my family and a few of my friends. I think there's footage of me crying, like calling
Yeah.
certain people about it, and I didn't realize how much it meant. I didn't go into that album week going, I want a number one. There had been one time about half a year before where I'd been speaking to my label about the album, and I'd left that meeting and I'd had this one brief moment of, I think it could be number one. And then I immediately went, no, ignore that part of
Yeah.
my brain. I don't want to kind of gamify this. I just want to enjoy releasing this album that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
And then in the week before, it kind of went like, everyone kind of turned around and went, we think we could do it. Like, with the pre-orders are
Wow.
this amount, and save Tyler the Creator dropping an album that does 100,000 units, then this might happen.
Yeah.
And then when it did happen, I think it was just this kind of relief and a very emotional relief, especially after you've kind of been away and working so hard for such
Yeah.
a long period of time for something, to have
If you
this big stamp
haven't
of approval. Of,
liked yet,
this was
please
well
make
received,
sure
good
to
job.
like. Really helps me out,
Was this
please.
hugely emotional moment that I feel has satisfied me in ways that I didn't realize I could be long term. Like, I feel now a lot more steady and a lot more kind of patient. That
Yeah.
things don't have to be immediate, and you don't have to kind of get that instant gratification of something. It can
Yeah.
be slow, and it can still do well.
Links really back to what we we're saying about social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe take your time with things.
Yeah,
really.
like having this period of my life where I was like, oh, I need to upload a video today. Like,
Yeah.
this thing that's happened 2 hours ago, I need to have a video out on it tonight, otherwise
Yeah.
it won't do well. To now being a lot slower with the ways that I create, I think is that's been a big part of it.
Right, well, James, we're going to jump to the quick fire ones, right?
Okay.
I'm going to ask you these. I want 1 or 2 word answers for these.
Okay, cool.
I want to get through it, okay?
Okay.
I'll pass this. I did it with Stampede,
You did it with
but I
Stampede.
failed it before. So come on, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Favorite YouTuber?
Oh, you?
Really?
Yeah, go on.
Are you just saying that? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think no, but I do like. I've been watching your walking in the park stuff recently.
Okay,
I do
you're
keep up
trying
to
to
date with
save
it.
it,
No,
you're
I
trying to
keep up to
save it.
date with your stuff, and you're
Most honest lyric you've written?
I think all of them are pretty honest, apart from the stuff about being a water cooler.
That's clearly bullshit.
Most honest one. Oh, I got that. That's too tough. I think. I like I'm Not Scared from Car Lights. I think that's a lyric which always kind of comes back to me.
Beautiful track.
Yeah, it's a very special one. But I think that, I'm not scared. There's nothing to run from. I think that's very honest.
Yeah, it's a lovely lyric. Best gig so far?
I would say, that's tough. I would say probably the most recent London show I did.
What was that?
Roundhouse, the night 2 at the Roundhouse. That was special, and it's actually the first time that I've been close to having a panic attack on stage, because the moment was really getting to me in a way that I've never had before. But overcoming that, I felt like a train was going underneath me. Like, it was like the stage was rumbling, and I was
Can
like,
you tell me a
"Something's
bit
going wrong."
more about that? What do you
It was like something's really going wrong. I think we were playing Plasticine, and I just felt like the earth was shaking. I couldn't hear myself that well, and I was like, "What's going on? Am I bottling this?" I'm like, usually I'm like, we
How many people were in the crowd?
2,800. And usually we kind of have this joke in the
Just-
band that we love
just
big matches,
normally-
which is that any kind of
It's just and only a 2,000 people, um, just just a normal 2,000 people. It's just it's nothing big, you know. It's nothing big.
Important gig we play, sometimes it can be that a member of the band's partner's parents are there. We call that loves big matches. So we go like, oh, we always play our best when when it's a big match, and we considered that a big match because it's the big London show.
Yeah.
And I was kind of getting really panicky on the fourth song, and I managed to overcome that, and
How does
had a
that
really good show.
feel internally, and how do you overcome that?
It's like you're kind of stuck in the like the eye of a storm. That's how it feels. Like all of this stuff is happening around you, and when you've been doing a show for so long, it becomes second nature to just you hit the beats and you keep going, and you can be weirdly quite present still. So I was performing this song, singing all of the lyrics I needed to sing, hitting the pitch that I needed to hit, playing the guitar at the same time, and yet I was having this internal dialogue for the whole song, being like, "Am I okay? Am I okay? Am I like dying, or am I?" And you find usually you just need a couple minutes to kind of settle in and like have a moment between songs and like maybe go over and speak to another member of the band or whatever. But yeah, I was very happy that I managed to overcome that.
How?
I don't know. I just think I think you kind of you settle sometimes, and you get these moments of like, oh, am I okay? And then you settle. But I would say probably that show was probably my favorite we've ever done.
What's been your worst gig?
Oh, I have this one where we played a festival in Australia called Yours and Ours. Great festival. There was like so many amenities there. You could get a massage, you could go swimming, there was tennis, unbelievable. I saw Peach Pit there, fantastic. We'd played a night in Sydney the night before. If you're wanting to come and see me, you will probably choose the headline show over the festival because it's a longer headline show. Kind of meant that everyone just came to the show and not to the festival. So we played to maybe 15 to 20 people in Australia in 2023 in this in the University of Wollongong. And it was this, when I say it was the biggest field you've seen in your life, like it was like it was like this huge field with like lovely people who came to the show, taking up that front row and nowhere else. And halfway during the show, sun's in your eyes. The sun's like setting. You're like, oh God, I've got to wear sunglasses. I don't look good in sunglasses. I was wearing sunglasses, still couldn't see anything. Couldn't see my pedal board below me. So I was like messing up. I'd lost my voice. So my singing was pretty bad. And there was a man halfway through the field rolling this wheelie bin. Genuinely, like the slowest you've ever seen a wheelie bin be rolled. And I was just like, wow, this is bad. We're doing badly. And after the show, someone came up to me and went, oh, I saw your show earlier. And that was it. So it wasn't like, I saw your show earlier. Good job. Or like, yeah, good idea. They just told me objectively. I was there for whatever that was. So I'd say that, unfortunately. But we had a great day though.
Yeah. Right, let me keep getting through these. Morning or night person?
Oh, morning. I love coffee too much.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee, shout out Rods.
Yeah, shout out Rods.
Although we do a matcha as well.
Biggest fear?
Biggest fear. I tend not to fear too much anymore, but I would say flying. Okay. I really don't like flying. I get like sweaty hands thinking about it.
Biggest strength?
Biggest strength. I'd say perseverance. I persevere.
I like that.
I persevere.
Introvert or extrovert?
I used to think I was a massive introvert, but now I get really lonely in the evenings because I'm so used to touring with people and like doing this thing with people. And you'll know what this is like. You kind of go home and you're just like, where is everyone?
Yeah.
So I would say maybe leaning more, I would say ambivert.
What?
We'll cut that.
I would say leaning more.
Optimist or pessimist?
Optimistic. I would say weirdly so. And now I'm very.
My question.
Favorite way for you to relax?
I love a bit of Pokemon in any kind.
Oh, really? What are you playing?
At the moment I'm playing Pokopia.
Is it good?
Literally just amazing.
What's it like?
It's like Animal Crossing, but it's Pokemon.
Okay, we should probably.
It's
just watching the questions go
Sudan is still in hardship, and for many families, nothing is improving. They have fled their homes.
Bro, you can't go and do this
now
to me.
living in camps and temporary shelters. Food is running low. Clean water is hard to find, and daily.
I get enough of the bloody